Welcome to the Epic Storefront's currently free game, Jurassic World Evolution. Now, I believe that this free version is available January 1st through January 7th, ending somewhere on the 7th. And for that, I would like to say Happy New Year, and please, if you're interested in finding out what this game is going to be like, join us. I did play this on the PlayStation 4 when it first came out. None of these expansions I'm seeing cycle through for purchase I've played, so it's just going to be the base version. I can tell you up front, I enjoyed it then on the PlayStation, and I'm hoping to enjoy it now. There are some issues with the end game that I'm guessing the expansions took care of. I see there's a couple of additional campaigns from what I was used to. So we're going to get right in. I'm going to let Dr. Ian Malcolm, I believe, tell you a little bit more.
Hello. May I say welcome? My name is Dr. Ian Malcolm. You may have heard of me. Well, correction, you should have heard of me, especially now that you're here. So before you are the islands that you need to manage, if you can. The 5 deaths. Jeez, if only there had been 5. Okay, this is as good a place as any to begin. Isla Matanceros. It's relatively stable. Yeah, you can get your feet wet here, and you should. Just diving into the deep end of the pool is where the big, angry, hungry things are. And you want to be ready before you try that.
Oh, and we're gonna hop into the tutorial. I gotta say, it does look nice. It looks like it might be testing my system. I don't run a particularly high-end system. You could probably guess that from the games that I do display on a normal basis.
Public relations
Cabot
and crisis management, and I'm here to help you.
He's our tutorial
You'll
and mission
start by
giver.
building a Hammond creation lab.
So, right away, I'm going to say if
We've
you like
already
park
started on an
management...
enclosure for you. You should just attach it to the side. But watch out for dinosaurs. Just kidding.
If you like park management, dinosaur management, or just the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World franchise in total, I think you're going to enjoy this. I always put this here. What is that? Remember always doing it. I guess
Let's
I have
focus
to
on
now.
what you're here to do, which is create dinosaur facilities on the islands we call the 5 deaths. Actually, Las Cinco Muertes, because Spanish is the lingo of choice around here.
And all buildings need to be connected to a road. They do not go into effect until they have both power and a road.
You'll need to connect it to the pre-existing network of paths in the power grid.
Thank you. Alright. So now we're going
comes
to
the real
incubate.
test.
It's already within the
Incubating
power
a
grid. We
dinosaur.
won't learn the power grid
You'll
yet.
start with a Struthiomimus. Select the creation lab and pick a hatchery bay. There's enough genome data for your first viable dinosaur.
Now, I don't believe this is going to allow us to fail at all, but we're going to go on fossil expeditions to complete the DNA genome. The higher the percentage chance, the more likely we are to have a successful rate. Once it is above 50%, we're going to be able to create any of these dinosaurs. And you can see there's quite a few dinosaurs on our hidden list, many of which we will not find on our first island. We will also get the chance to add various genomes to our dinosaurs in order to give them a more unique feel and draw up the attraction rating. I'm going to slaughter many of these dinosaurs' names. I do apologize to anyone who might be a dinosaur enthusiast, or rather a nature enthusiast, but the Struthiomimus has a 65% chance right now for the incubation chance. Again, I don't think it's going to let me fail in the tutorial. It never has before. And so we'll just incubate. It takes time.
Imaginations of the ambitious, undoing extinction, playing with nature's laws. What can possibly go wrong?
Come on, Doctor. You know we've learned so much and invested even more in our Jurassic operations since the last time.
Yes, Mr. Finch, yes, the last time. There's always a last time. And a next.
Now, I'm going to go over each of these stats before we release. We have the attack stat. Dinosaurs with a higher attack stat are typically ones that draw more attention. They'll also interact and attack and kill other dinosaurs with an increased rate. Why might you want to kill a dinosaur? It might be requested on a mission, particularly, I believe, the security missions that come up. Defense is the inverse. A higher defense stat also increases the attraction rate, but it also allows for defense against attacks oncoming. With that, lifespan, dinosaurs will die. I'm not exactly certain on the interval, but I will say a 40 will die later than a 39 from natural causes. Resilience, this is resilience to diseases that come out. Viability is the percentage chance, of course, that it has of hatching. Rating is its star attraction, and 7 is quite low, but this is the Struthiomimus. Skin is the cosmetic option. I don't believe it increased attraction rating. I may be incorrect on that, or it might have been patched in. If I was correct, we'll have to see later, but these are usually gained later on. We're going to see other stats as we release the Struthiomimus, but let's go ahead and take a look now.
Life. It begins. The most precious moment. The result of incalculable actions and reactions, trials and errors, genetic mutations and unknowable combinations, chaos, all leading to a living, breathing, thinking being, an entity, distinct and unique, and now we, you, just manufacture them. So, well done, I guess.
Okay, so now we can back out. I will say a lot of this looks better than I remember it looking, even on my mid-tier settings.
The Hammond Foundation has 3 main areas of interest: security, entertainment, and science.
So they're going to teach us about missions
I've
now.
already nudged the heads of each division to reach out to you personally. They'll offer opportunities and incentives for you to be part of their team. Choose one of their contracts. It'll help you develop your facility.
Now, as I build relation with each of these 3 on each island by completing their missions, a bar will fill up. You can see the bars here, and you'll see in certain menus that when you reach certain thresholds, and they will vary, you'll unlock things. So here we'll get money. It's a great source of income, and we'll need money on these parks. But we'll also be gaining reputation with them just for the island. It resets every island, but every island offers unique unlocks. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and go with science. I believe that's going to be us doing Triceratops.
Dr. Dua. This is our new Director of Operations.
I'm aware, Cabot. I'm Dr. Dua. I run the science division of our operation. Okay. You're going to need to build your reputation in the science division. Not easy with me around, but you'll manage. That means managing our dinosaur population and seeing that they are flourishing.
Okay, so her mission, build, connect, and power an expedition center. Expedition centers allow us to get those dinosaur fossils, to get those new dinosaurs, and increase our viability chance, which allows us to input more genome mutations, which allows us to increase the attraction of the dinosaurs we already have, so that more people come in and spend more money. And yes, it's one of those cycles. It's a good cycle. In this case, we're going to get 250,000, but I believe we either won't make a profit or not much of a profit for the expedition center. Right now,
contracts can be requested from the division heads inside the control room. Complete these to increase your reputation and gain additional revenue to keep expanding your park.
right now I'm going to set up the expedition center. We'll need to make sure that it is powered, and we'll need to make sure it has a road. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, we have zip or sim style rotations. Okay. Yes, I'll put it where we can power it up. Right here, we can see the power substation. We can put it really close, and we won't need to build a road.
So, one more thing. Your reputation. Your rep, quote-unquote. Keep an eye on it, okay? If you have a solid reputation with a division, you're more likely to benefit from them. Financially, I mean. But, like life, it's a balancing act. Each division is vying for your attention, and if they don't get it, they tend to take it personally.
Now, they say that like there's some sort of con for not completing it. The only con for not completing it is being unable to progress in the campaign. And again, this is only for the base campaign.
People
we have
think
our
money
expedition
makes
center.
the world go round, but they're wrong. Contracts make the world go round, my friend. Obligations and commitments. Complete a contract and your rep with the science division will increase. Meaning you'll be able to take on more complex and challenging missions.
Okay. So we should get our mission complete. Help island management. I don't really want the help island management. We are going to put down a few things. So as far as... Oh, here comes our transmission.
I've got an interesting opportunity for you to consider. It will allow us to work together to create life. Pure life. If you've been listening to Dr. Malcolm, then you know how important this is to us. And to me.
Okay. And so she wants us to get to that Triceratops I mentioned. This is the next path in the story mission for this first island. For this, though, I want to get to the enclosure and get to the feeders because they had us do a Strategysimationminus, but they didn't have us put down any food.
Inquisitive, driven, and I knew you couldn't resist this opportunity. So let's get started.
And even though it's surrounded by lots of plants, even herbivores
Together, we can
will need
create a
this.
more authentic version of our dinosaurs. That means a complete genome. And I think you are up to the challenge. Don't disappoint.
And we will, Doctor. We'll get a complete genome. We're not very far away. But I wanted to talk about a few things. Where is our Strategysimationminus? There it is. We want to talk about the stats because we don't want to ignore this for very long. Let's see. Show the dinosaur statistics. So we want to make sure that we keep everything in the blue. Now, it looks like the dinosaur is happy just being alone. You know, they include the 0 for whatever reason. But if you had 0 Strategysimationminus, which means you wouldn't have this one, it'd be unhappy. If you had too many Strategysimationminus, then it would be unhappy. Population is the number of dinosaurs within an enclosure. If we had too many dinosaurs, it would be unhappy. This will be happy with any number of dinosaurs up to this point. It wants certain terrains, wetlands, forest, grasslands. If we don't meet this within the enclosure, it will be unhappy. You can see the food meter was getting close to unhappy. It wants water, and if it has too little water, it'll be unhappy. Its comfort goes down, and it will get sick and die. If it gets attacked, it will die. This is one of the easiest dinosaurs to keep, to please, and certainly not one of the ones that will offer much attraction. So I told you that I'd go over the dinosaur stats, and I did. Next, I'm going to go over the expeditions. With that, we can go to... we can go to our control room, or we could click on the building itself. And we can see that we have our island navigation. We'll unlock islands. This island, Isla Nublar, is going to be the sandbox island, whereas these are going to be our story. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 5 that Dr. Malcolm mentioned, whereas the 6th island, we can take all of what we have researched here and bring them here. Now, we have our expedition map. And you can see a lot of our expeditions are locked right now. I do want to let you know we have one dig team to start. We'll get more as we earn rewards.
An expedition center
yes,
will allow you to
you,
send
Mr.
dig
Finch.
teams around the world in search of new dino fossils. DNA can be extracted from these fossils, which our scientists can then turn into living, breathing dinosaurs. And that's our true lifeblood.
Alright, thank you. And we're going to be talking about that. So many of our expedition sites are locked. We have locked dig teams. These will unlock with the story, and they carry over from island to island. So when you move from one island to the next, you take everything that you've unlocked. And remember, I said certain things get unlocked with reputations, so you may not want to move to this next island too quickly, or if you want to unlock something for the island you're on, you may want to move on. When we go to a dig team or dig site, we are going to see what dinosaurs are available, and we can see the Edmontosaurus, the Strithiomymus. We can increase there. It costs money. Here's our Triceratops we need, and we can also tell whether they'll be an herbivore or a carnivore. In this case, we're going to go for our mission.
Good! Your first expedition team is out. They'll bring back what they find to the fossil center for extraction.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Finch. And 2 minutes. This is a timer that goes on real time. Your park is still going on even in these menus. Let's continue on to the fossil types.
Your job is simple, really. Create dinosaurs which attract visitors to your facilities, brings in capital, money, which means you can do more research to build better facilities and create more dinosaurs, and there you go. A circle of life, development and resources, nature and commerce. See? Simple.
Now in this, we have a fossil center which we're going to need to build. And once we have the fossil center...
The fossil center lets you extract DNA from fossils and amber in order to create new dinosaur genomes. Exciting!
And just like you were saying, we're going to increase our percentage at those genomes we've talked about. We'll occasionally get fossils which will be just for profit. We can sell those. We need the fossil center, though, in this case. I do want to go to research. We can research various items, and we'll unlock these. Some of these are locked through reputation, other through progress. And you can see we can unlock the
research center lets you improve your park in various exciting ways. New buildings, upgrades, and more await.
Okay, and we can unlock many of these researches. Describes basically everything I've talked about. We have our databases, which you can certainly go through, and then it's back to our management. Now, this is a simulation game. We're going to deal with various stats, profit per minute. We're going to deal with power issues, upgrades to power issues, upgrades to our current buildings, getting new dinosaurs, all sorts of things. This is what I wanted to show off with the game. If this is something that you think that you'll enjoy, it is free for the Epic Storefront January 1st through January 7th, ending sometime on the 7th. And so again, I do thank you for stopping by. I am Nedonowski. Let me know if you want to cover the other free games as they come out each week on the Epic Storefront. In the meantime, as always, have fun.